What is up, my dudes, my dudettes, and wrestling colleagues of all kinds? DanTheBeast 94 here, coming back at you with Q&As with DanTheBeast 94. That's me. So, I know I'm 2 days late. I apologize. I just been juggling between work, YouTube, of course, and the podcast. So bear with me, guys. I apologize. But here I am answering your questions here today that you guys left for me in the last Q&A video. So you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer for this coming Q&A, leave your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. So let's get on with the first question here. First question is from Porter's Unboxing. What is your dream wrestling match, and what match got you started in wrestling? You know, I always come to terms when it comes, I'm always kind of when it comes to like fantasy warfares or dream matches. But there's always a couple that come to mind. Um, One that actually stands out that could maybe be a possibility. Maybe Edge versus AJ Styles. I'd love to see that. Um, we're talking old school. Something that I said last week. I always wanted to see like Sting and Undertaker go at least in their prime. Nowadays, no, not gonna happen. Um, hmm. Currently, maybe Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. Chris Jericho versus Owen Hart. That almost happened. Even Eddie Guerrero and Owen Hart. Imagine that. I don't think those two ever had a match, but would have been something, right? Um, Brian Pillman versus John Moxley. Imagine if Brian Pillman was still alive. That'd probably draw some numbers. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty much I have in mind at the moment. Um, oh, Kurt Angle and Owen Hart. I know I'm mentioning Owen Hart, but hey, first off, my favorite of all time, and a lot of these were possible in 1999 if Owen didn't go through that stunt. And I know Owen and Kurt did have a dark match like a week prior to his death, but I think it would have been something for live television, especially with Angle's character and both their technicalities. And what started me into wrestling? Well, I don't recall, but my mother says when I was about 3 or 4, we were flipping through the channels, and she stumbled upon wrestling. She still doesn't recall which one, so it was either Raw or Nitro at that time. So you're talking about 97, 98. And baby language, I was like, "Oh," which means like, stop. "Oh," it's the best way I could put it. And it just carried on from there. I remember getting like action figures for my birthday. I remember I used to get the like the Bendums. Then I started getting video games later on, which started with N64. And ironically, it actually started with WCW games. I didn't actually started playing WWE, WWF games till PlayStation 2 with Shut Your Mouth. But yeah, I was a WCW NWO Revenge guy, WCW Mayhem, which was okay. Never played Backstage Assault, never will. Don't even want to bother. I've seen the reviews on that. I've seen the gameplay, horrendous. Um, which for this question that I'm asking for right now for Patrick, I guess this answers for Greg too, because he basically asked me, "How did you find out about pro wrestling?" Yep, uh, that's my story. But the first match I recall ever seeing was the Iron Man match between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle on SmackDown in 2003, which is why I'm a SmackDown guy. So don't hate, guys. And when I say Michael Cole and Taz is my favorite commentary team of all time, that's why. That made my childhood. I mean, everybody's different, but next question is by Fancy Joe. Fancy Joe. Okay. Thoughts on Dominic Mysterio? Let me put it to this way. This is how you know we're getting old. Well, at least on my sakes. Because when I first started seeing Dominic Mysterio on WWE television, this was like 2005. With the angle between his father and Eddie Guerrero on the custody of Dominic for SummerSlam 2005. So around that time, I was like 10, 11. But seeing him now and the way he just picked up the business like that, obviously he still needs a lot of progress. Everybody's a work in progress, whether it's life, wrestling, sports, you name it. But I want to see him go places. I really do. Under a mask, I don't really think that'd be the best idea. Despite the fact that we already know what he looks like, but it could happen. It really could. Um, he's kind of tall to be a cruiserweight, so let's see where his style of wrestling goes. I mean, he can still do all the athletic moves and stuff, but I like Dominic. This match that he's gonna have against Seth, questionable, questionable, but the way I see it, I think Dominic might pick up the win with some sort of assistance. Um, unless he wins by, does the rookie thing and win by like a roll up. I wouldn't mind that either. But Dominic, I have no problems with Dominic. I practically grew up watching Dominic on WWE television. So let's see where he goes as a professional wrestler. Next question is from Noah Ham. What is your favorite wrestling book? Favorite wrestling book? I'm not really big on collecting wrestling books, but if I had to choose a couple, um, Broken Hearts: The Life and Death of Owen Hart that Martha put out in 2002. I do have the Bob Backlund book behind me somewhere over there. I got that signed, but something that I read, one of my favorite books. It was one of JR's books, but I couldn't, sit there and not read the book and not have JR's voice narrate his book. That's exactly how I read it, and that's probably why I fell in love with JR's books. I want to get his new one. I think it's called Black Hat. Um, but I definitely want to finish up his last book that he put out a couple years back. But I'd probably have to go with JR's books. There's a couple other ones that I want to grab. Um, the Fierce as a Fox, I think it's called. Book that I don't know who put out the book, but it's basically about Brian Pillman. Um, yeah, I mean that's probably that. I know there's an Al Snow book too that looks interesting. What would be your dream WrestleMania match? Dream WrestleMania match? Well, I'd love to see Edge versus AJ, like I said before. Sting and Undertaker in their prime, that would have been pretty nice. Um, Imagine if we ever got Hogan and Austin. That would have drew some name. That definitely would have drew some numbers. Um, hmm. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough call. I mean, currently, I'd probably definitely love to see like Edge and maybe Aleister Black, Edge and Seth Rollins. That's another one. A couple other dream matches. It's a tough call. Damn, I wish I would have wrote this shit down, but oh, that's tough, man. That's a real tough call. Hmm. Another dream WrestleMania match, probably. Yeah, I mean, uh, maybe Adam Cole and AJ Styles. Once Adam Cole finally gets called up, we'll see. And what is your favorite DVD cover? Favorite DVD cover? I don't. Oh wait, I actually do have it. I was going to name another one, but this is actually my favorite cover for the meantime. No Way Out 2002, and the reason why I love this cover, you got the three main events right there, but then you have the NWO graffitied on the No Way Out sign. Whoa! And have the back. But yeah, I loved it just because I was an NWO fan. Well, I am an NWO fan, but I wasn't really a fan of this. I was expecting maybe a hostile takeover, which me and DVD Freak did a review on this. So check out the Pro WrestleZone podcast. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you guys can check that review out. And off to the final questions by Steve the Legend. If Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose had a match, who do you think would win? They're supposed to be having a hair versus hair match at SummerSlam. I could definitely see Sonya going bald. Um, they should have Molly Holly as a special guest referee. She knows a thing about being bald. What is your favorite thing to do in your free time? If I had free time, probably just like listen to music, game, work out whenever I can. But my spare time is the podcast, YouTube, doing this for you guys, and just living life to the fullest. Do you like any other sports? I'm a big football fan. I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan. Basketball, Celtics fan. Those are pretty much the only two sports I usually watch. Once in a while, I'll watch some hockey. Baseball, I'm a big baseball fan when it comes to the Red Sox. I've been to 4 Red Sox games already, and be happy when I start to go to baseball games again. What is your favorite number? Lucky number 13. What is your favorite song? I have too many, but if I have to name a couple favorite bands, uh, maybe like Queen, Alice in Chains, Kiss, Armored Saint. If you guys don't know who Armored Saint is, you guys got to look that up. But yeah, I love the new Armored Saint song. Guys definitely have to check that band out. Kind of like a current thrash metal band, but they've been around since like the '80s. But they weren't on the top peak level as like Metallica and Megadeth. But check those out. That's probably like my favorite song. I forgot the end. I forgot the name of the song, but I think it's like Anticipation in the End, something like that. What is your favorite food? I'm a big protein guy, so when it comes to like chicken, anything chicken, I'll take it. What is your favorite candy? Ooh, I'm not big on candy, but I love Reese's, Kit Kats, and then I like these things. They're not, they're kind of like candy, but they're dark chocolate covered pomegranates or dark chocolate covered blueberries. I'll eat those. And what is your favorite drink? Alcoholically, probably an Angry Orchard. Sometimes I'll drink some Fireball whiskey. Drinks, um, nothing wrong with water. People are like fish nowadays. I try to lay off soda, but if I drink soda, I definitely like vanilla Coke or like a cherry Coke. One of those, especially if I go to the movies. Um, Orange juice. But yeah, that about does it for this week's questions, guys. So if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer for this coming week, leave your questions in the comment section down below, and I will answer them. And don't forget to hit that like button. Leave your comments in the comment section down below, especially if you have questions. And subscribe, especially if you're watching my channel and you're not subscribed. What are you doing? Hit that button. And until next time, DanTheBeast 94, signing off.